Assalamu alaikum. Today we talk about animal classification, phylogeny and organization. And first of all, I will talk about the classification of organisms. One of the characteristics of modern humans is the ability to communicate with the spoken language, and language is not about the communication, but it also helps us to encode and classify concepts, objects and organisms that we encounter. Systematic is the study of kind and diversity of organisms and evolutionary relationship among them. This study also give us description of new species, and it organize the animals into groups and subgroups. In systematics, we arrange the animal of different species into evolutionary groups. And taxonomy is the original description of species. Taxonomy hierarchy. Taxonomic hierarchy is based on two relations. First, it based on morphology and it also based on evolution. Carlos Linnaeus gives modern classification system. Group of similar characteristics form a taxon, and taxa range from broad to specific as domain of the species, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus and species. Domain is the broadest taxonomic category and was added recently, but it is not universally accepted. Morphological similarities between two animals have a genetic basis and are result of common evolutionary relationship. And ideally, the members of same taxonomic group are more closely related to each other than the members of different taxa. Nomenclature. The assignment of new distinctive name to each species is known as nomenclature. The common name have two problem. Number one, it vary from country to country, and number two is that common name does not specify particular species, and common name has no scientific basis. Take onion for example. It is common name in Urdu is pyaz, but in different region of Pakistan it is also known as ganda or basal or vasal, and in other countries it would have another set of names. Similarly, the word blackbird would mean a crow, but there are many birds which are black in color. And fish is a vertebrate animal with a backbone, fin and gills, but silverfish is an insect, and crayfish, jellyfish and starfish do not fit in the definition of a fish. So Carlos Linnaeus introduced the nomenclature to us. And there are many rules of binomial nomenclature. Number one is that the name of genus always start with capital letter, and a species name are always start with small letter. The specific name are always italicized when handwritten. The genus name and the species name have to be underlined. Human classification. Human belong to kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, class Mammalia, order Primate, family Hominidia, genus Homo and species is Sapiens. Molecular approaches to animal systematics. In molecular approaches to animal systematic, we study the molecules like protein, DNA and RNA of different species. And the related animals have DNA derived from common ancestor. Genes and protein of related animal are more similar than the gene and protein of distinctly related animals. And the sequence of mitochondrial DNA and nuclear DNA is also used for taxonomic studies. Mitochondrial DNA has their own specific genetic system and are inherited cytoplasmically. The mitochondria are transmitted from parent to offspring through the egg cytoplasm and can be used to trace material lineage. And using mitochondrial DNA involves the relatively small quantity of DNA that change at a relatively constant rate. And ribosomal RNA is also used extensively in studying taxonomic relationship. Molecular techniques have provided a wealth of information useful to animal taxonomists, but these techniques does not replace the traditional taxonomic method. Both molecular and traditional method of investigation will probably always be used to complement each other in taxonomic studies. Kingdom of life. Kingdom of life is classified on the basis of kingdom classification system and domain classification system. In 1969, Robert Whittaker gives the five kingdom system based on cellular organization and the mode of origin. According to this system, the member of kingdom Monera are the bacteria and cyanobacteria, and they are distinguished from all other organisms by being prokaryotic. The members of kingdom Protista are eukaryotic and consist of single cells or clunial cells. And this kingdom include the amoeba, paramecium and many other members of the kingdoms. The member of kingdom Plantae are eukaryotic multicellular photosynthetic organisms. They have cell wall and they are non-motile. The member of kingdom Fungi are eukaryotic digestive heterotrophs. They are multicellular and their cell have a wall and are usually non-motile organisms. The members of kingdom Animalia are eukaryotic multicellular ingestive heterotrophs. They lack cell walls and they are motile. Ribosomal RNA is excellent for studying the evolution of early life on Earth. It is an ancient molecule and it is present and retain its function in virtually all organisms. In addition to ribosomal RNA change very slowly, and this slowness of change is called evolutionary conservation. It indicates that the protein producing machinery of the cell can tolerate little change and still retain its vital function. Evolutionary conservation of this molecule means that closely related organisms are more similar than the distinctively related organisms. In domain classification system, the molecules and molecular systematic compare base sequence of ribosomal RNA of different organisms and conclude that all the life share a common ancestor. They find that there are three major evolutionary lineage called domain. Number one is archaea. Archaea are prokaryotes and the more primitive organisms or microbes on the earth. They live in extreme environment and anaerobically. Number two domain is eubacteria, and eubacteria are true bacteria and are prokaryotic organisms. Number three domain is eukarya. It includes all the eukaryotic organisms and it diverges from archaea. Eukarya are more closely related to archaea than eubacteria. Eukaryotic organisms evolved from about 1.5 billion years ago and give rise to this modern lineage. Systematics. The goal of animal systematic is to arrange the animal into groups that reflect evolutionary relationship. The similarity is due to a single ancestor. Taxonomists look for the character for researching monophyletic group. Character is anything that has genetic basis and can be measured from an anatomical feature to a sequence of a nitrogenous base in DNA or RNA. The polyphyletic group have members that can be traced to a separate ancestor, and in paraphyletic groups it includes some but not all the members of the lineage. Evolutionary systematic is the oldest of three approaches and it in some time is called traditional approaches. The closely related organisms are more resemble than the distantly related organisms. Two kinds of similarities between organisms are recognized. Number one is homologies and number two is analogies. Homologies are resembles that result from a common ancestry and are useful in classifying animals. For example, the similarity in the arrangement of bones in the wings of bird and the arm of a human. Analogies are the resemblance that result from organisms adapting under similar evolutionary pressure. Analogies do not reflect common ancestry and are not used in animal taxonomy. For example, the similarity between the wings of bird and the wings of insects. The numerical taxonomy represents the opposite end of the spectrum from evolutionary systematics. The numerical taxonomists use mathematical models and computer-aided techniques to group samples of organisms according to the overall similarities. They do not attempt to distinguish between the homologies and analogies. Phylogenetic systematic is the third approach to animal systematic. The goal of cladist is to similar to that described for evolutionary systematics, and their methods are more open to analyze and testing, and thus are more scientific than those of evolutionary systematics. The cladists differentiate between homologies and analogies. They believe that the homologies of recent origin are more useful in phylogenetic studies, and the characters that all members of groups are shared is known as sympleomorphisms. These characters are homologies that may indicate that they share a common ancestor, but they are useless in describing relationship within the groups. To decide what character is ancestral for a group of organisms, cladists look for a related group of organisms, and it is called an outgroup. And characters that have arisen from common ancestry within the outgroup are called derived character or synapomorphies.